Can you beat Kirby the Forgotten Land without touching a single coin? If I touch a coin by accident, then I have to restart the entire level. Alright, enjoy this video guys. Now we already have to make a choice right here. Which difficulty should we play? And we can't play wild mode because if you beat a level, then you gain coins. So I guess we are playing Spring Breeze mode. Now let's begin with the intro level. And this level was going pretty good until we turn into a car. Usually you can just run over these boxes and stuff, but we can't here. But thankfully these were really easy to manage. But then we get to this battle arena and then oh no. Unfortunately, enemies give coins. We can't beat Kirby the Forgotten Land without touching a coin. But I'm not gonna give up that easily. I'm going to see how many coins that you can collect. So I'm just gonna add a coin counter right here. And I guess we're starting off with 8. 1-1 was next. And this one was going pretty good until we get to the first mini boss. Oh god damn it. But what happens after you defeat a mini boss? Oh, no coins at all. Okay, so apparently all bosses don't drop coins at all. So when we get to the next part of the level, there are some butterflies by this traffic cone. And aw, they look so cute. What? They give you coins? Are you kidding me, dude? Okay, so after a little bit of restarting my game multiple times, I found a way to stay clear from these monsters. But then we have another problem. These birds give you coins no matter what I do, and I couldn't find a way around this after a few hours of restarting my game. So I sadly got the coin and continued. And now we have this guy, and when I spike down to the pipe, I get this flower coin. But thankfully there's an easy way to skip this coin. In Kirby speedrunning, there's a skip that allows you to get onto this rubble by damage boosting on top of it, and then you can do a precise jump to get onto this guy's back. And after a few tries, I finally got up here and beat the level, and that was only 1-1. But thankfully 1-2 was a lot easier, except for the end where I had to glide with the fire ability on top of these stairs, and then I beat the level. Now in 1-3, when we get to this boulder, it usually rolls down towards us and crushes these enemies, which I don't want. But then I did this. Yeah, so apparently you can just easily go behind the boulder, and now everything is gone. And the level was easy after that. 1-4 was easy, and so was 1-5. I also got some coins here, but these coins don't count since I got rid of them right away. And now we are off to World 2. 2-1 wasn't bad, but it just took me a while, just because I kept on getting coins. Goes to show on how easy getting coins in this game is. 2-2 was hard near the beginning, just because I wanted to get this Waddle Dee, but besides that the level was easy. 2-3 had these ladder bits that were covered with coins, and it was impossible to hover past them with the ladder. So do I have to get these coins? Well, not really. If you watch my pacifist video, then you know exactly where this is going. In Kirby the Forgotten Land, there was a glitch with the hammer copy ability, where you can get a lot of height by slamming this hammer for some reason. And we can easily get over these 2 cliffs. But the third cliff was a different story. It was really hard to know where these cannons were placed, which made it really hard to hammer jump. But then after a few tries and randomly getting coins, I finally found a place that I could easily hammer jump up here. And after passing through some Waddle Dees, I finally made it to the end. And of course, nature wins again. Nature 2, damn DJ 0. And there isn't any way to pass through these birds. But after 2-3, 2-4 was going pretty good until we get to this battle arena. And I found that you can actually skip this arena by hammer jumping, which I didn't even know until I tried it. And near the end of the level, there were these whirlpools that were hard to avoid. There were also some coins in this small tunnel, and I thought we had to hover over them, but then I just found out that you can go to the side, and that was it for that level. And of course 2-5 was easy. And now we are at World 3. 3-1 was easy, except for the end where I had to hammer jump a few times, and a big hammer jump by this fountain, but that was really it. 3-2 was hard, because it was hard to know exactly where all the coins were in the track, but it took me a few tries to beat the first one. But when we got to the second track, there was no way to beat this track without getting any coins, unless if I walk, so I guess I'm not getting this Waddle Dee. 3-3 was a lot harder though, especially during this light bulb area, where I had to be careful on where I step, because anything can be a coin. And then there were these coins in my way, and I thought I had to jump over this gap somehow, but then then I just took off the light bulb and jumped over normally, and this works. And then there were some coins during this vending machine area, but they were very easy to dodge. 3-4 was next, and I was trying to find some Waddle Dees since I can't replay any levels, because when I get to the very end of the level, instead of 3 Waddle Dees, I get more coins, and we obviously can't do that. Okay, but with the level itself, the beginning was annoying because these enemies kept on dying from these stupid car things, and for some reason, this specific Waddle Dee gives you a coin. No other Waddle Dees give you a coin except for this one. But then, after a little bit of thinking, I have a plan on how to get enough Waddle Dees for this level. And near the end of the level, this rabbit kept on dying when it tried to attack me, so I got the fire copy ability and tried to pass through the rabbit, which it kinda worked, I guess. And then I beat the level, and after 3-5, we are off to the 4th world. Wow, what a surprise. Probably thought we were going to the 5th world. 4-1 was extremely easy, but I had to bring the gun copy ability, which was fine with me. And the end was a little bit hard because I had to hover over without the hammer, but that was really it with that level. And in 4-2, I had to hammer jump a lot in this level, mostly just for Waddle Dees, and I jumped over this battle arena, which was a lot easier than I thought. But no major coin problems here, but the same couldn't be said for 4-3. First of all, I had to hammer jump 3 times during this windy room because of these stupid bulls that give you coins if they see you. This glitch only works on a flat surface, and these are not flat surfaces last time I checked. But I figured out a way to get no coins in this room, and I also figured out that you can get this Waddle Dee without getting this pipe, which I thought was funny. But then we get to my favorite room in the game, and when I get this mouthful ring thingy, there was this enemy on the boat, and for some reason when I get to this corner, this enemy disappears. But when I do this, I get a coin from this enemy, and it just doesn't disappear, which was very bad. So then I tried multiple different techniques to get out of this room, but nothing seemed to work. So after replaying this level, I thought there was no way but to kill this enemy. So that's exactly what I did. But when I got on the boat itself, there were so many coins that I had to pass through. And this enemy, but I found out when they explode, they don't give you any coins. So that's exactly what I did for all 3. And this breakable block had coins inside of it, and I passed through the coins. But after that, this little guy decided to give me a coin. Look, all I wanted for Christmas is to have no money, and this doesn't help me, dude. But then there is another wall of hell in my way, but at least with this one, I can kinda predict where the coins are gonna be. And finally, I was done with this room, and all was left was this windy room, and I could just hammer jump onto the switch and pass these guys like so. And finally, I was done with that level, and 4-4 was thankfully easy. But with 4-5, King DDD had some enemies, but at least only one of them gives you a coin. And after the boss, we only have 2 more worlds to tackle, so let's do this. 5-1 was easy, and so was 5-2. The only problem with 5-2 though was near the end. So when this poison guy spits, well, poison, it kills other enemies when they step on it, making them drop coins. So I had to hammer jump once and did this impossible Waddle Dee, and then I beat the level, and now we have 5-3. Oh, come on, why is it always the 3s? And this level has a lot of enemies, and I mean a lot of enemies. And I mean, okay, I'll stop. But I did find a skip that doesn't spawn these 6 enemies usually, which makes this room a lot faster. But after I defeated Bonkers, I found this weird glitch. I don't even know if this is a glitch or not, but I thought it was important to show. But the level was easy after that. 5-4 was next, and in the first area, I wanted to do a hammer jump to make this faster, and this works. But this light bulb part was hard, because there were some hard jumps with coins in the way, especially this jump right here with these flowers. And I got this jump once before, so I knew it was possible, but it was really hard. But then it hit me. I don't need this light bulb at all. Yep, this works again. And the level was easy after that. And of course 5-5 was easy, but then we are already at the final world. Now 6-1 was pretty easy near the beginning, and I found out that you can cheat this secret room by hammer jumping, which was pretty nice to know. But then we got to the end of the level, and this part was another bowl area, but thankfully you can hammer jump on top of this wall and just like walk over like this and beat the level. 6-2 took me so long because I wanted to get this stupid piece of meat so I can get the secret Waddle Dee that comes with it. But the only problem with that got is that these stupid enemies kept on following. But I was determined to get this stupid Waddle Dee, and after no joke, like 2 hours, I finally decided to give up. It was not worth my time. So I moved on and got some other Waddle Dees. But then we got to Mr. Frosty, and there were 2 enemies that I had to kill here. God damn it. But after that boss, we get to this traffic cone room, and I had to hammer jump to this traffic cone and somehow get to the other side. But I found out that you can just easily damage boost through this, and then I completed this Waddle Dee by hammer jumping, of course. And now we get to the final room of the level. There was this ring that I needed, and to do that, I did a very precise jump that just makes it over the gap. And then I started to get these wind thingies, and once I got all these, I did a very big hammer jump to this island, since I can't get on the boat because of these enemies in my way. But it was surprisingly really hard to hammer jump, not just because it was on a different perspective than I'm used to, but because there was a weird invisible wall that kept on pushing me behind. But then after a few tries, I finally got the hammer jump that I needed, and I just made it to the island. Like literally, it was perfect. But then after another hammer jump, I finally beat the level. 6-3 was pretty easy, but during the sliding door area, it was a little hard to pass. But after that sliding door, you can easily get on top of the second one, because why not? And I got to the very end of the sliding door, which makes this bowl turn around for some reason, and then I can easily get these 2 Waddle Dees. But besides that, the rest of the level was a breeze. But 6-4 was a different story. So after I beat the monkey guy, we get to the car area, and I wasn't sure if this was possible or not to get the Waddle Dee, but then I just can't do it. And after a quick calculation, I don't need to get this Waddle Dee at all. And if I'm right, I will have enough Waddle Dees to get through the boss, but it's going to be very close. So I moved on to Silly Dillo, and I had to beat him in under 1.5 minutes, which was easy enough. But then we got to this mouthful ability, and I already know that this wasn't possible normally, so you know what that means. And yep, this works. But we are not done yet because of this. Bro, how did I get all of these coins? So I had to hammer jump again over these guys, and well, yeah, this works. But after we defeat the cat, this roller coaster part was easy. But I was also trying to get these switches to get the Waddle Dee, and then I beat the level with almost all the Waddle Dees in this level, which is insane. And now we get to 6-5, the final level before the boss, and this was the most painful level to get through. But the beginning of the level wasn't that bad. It just takes a long time to get through. But then I got to this area with the poison guy, and usually when I beat this level, I usually just hammer jump onto the Waddle Dee, and this makes the gate open. But when I try to get down from the hammer jump, the poison guy spits out poison, what a surprise, and these enemies get destroyed. But then after a few tries, I found out that I just had to hover far enough from the poison guy. But after I cleared that room, we get to this vending machine area, and I had to hammer jump a few times because of these bowls. But then we have another problem, and I don't think there is any way to get around this. So that's more coins for this guy. Oh, and one more for good luck. Surely there are no more coins, right? But before we move on to the gate, I found a way to get over this wall thing. Almost. Yeah, there is still an invisible wall even if I hammer jumped. I just thought I would share this because this looks cool. So let's move on to the next room. And of course we can easily hammer jump like last time. But then after that we have another problem. These stupid enemies. And so that is 5 more coins for me. This level is going great so far. But then we get to this gliding area, and I thought this part wasn't possible, but after a few tries, I found an angle that works, thankfully. But then we have some very sad news. When I was going towards this traffic cone, there were so many enemies on these platforms, giving me 20 coins, which is almost more than I had before. But I had no choice but to beat the level. But then we have the final 4 bosses, so let's do this. When we get to King DDD, there were some enemies again, but one of them had a coin. When King DDD falls, we have this lion guy, and this guy had a few enemies in the way, but we could just pass through them and get to the lion guy immediately. And then the battle was pretty normal after that. But then we get to the wall, and I was trying to beat this guy as fast as possible because there are enemies that pass through as you fight this guy. But thankfully I only got 1 coin, and after this guy we get to the final boss of the run, and this guy didn't have any coins, which was perfect. But the truck part was the actual hard part of of this level, but thankfully we can easily pass through the coins. And that was the end of the game. So let's count all of the coins that I have collected throughout the game. So in World 1, we have collected 11 coins. In World 2, we have collected 1 coin. World 3, we have collected 0 coins, which is crazy. In World 4, we have collected 3 coins. In World 5, we have collected, again, 0 coins. But in World 6, we have collected 28 coins, which definitely sucks, but the total amount of coins that we have gotten was 43, which was crazy to think about, especially when you collect thousands of coins without even realizing it. Alright, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.